Hello and welcome to my channel, Crochet and Copy. My name is Judy. Today we're going to use the Clover pom-pom maker to make pom-poms. Let's get started. Today I'm going to show you how to use the pom-pom maker to make this lovely pom-pom. In my previous tutorial I showed you how to make a scarf and how to attach the pom-pom to that scarf. So today we're going to use the pom-pom maker to make the pom-pom. And we're going to use the larger one today. And for the where you could get the pom-pom maker, I put that information in the description below, so check that out. And also how to get the scarf information, so that's in the description below. So let's get started. So this is how we look when we take out our pom-pom maker out of our case. And for us to get started with it, we're going to flip. There's one little flip and then two. So we're going to work with two of them when we start weaving our yarn around. So make sure you open two of them, then go to the other side. Here you have two of them also. Flip them open. Again, we're going to use two of them, and this is how it looks. Okay, so let's get started on weaving our yarn on to our pom-pom maker. So now we're going to start weaving on our yarn to our pom-pom maker. The yarn I'm using is the same yarn I used to make this scarf. So I put that information in the description below, so you could check that out. So we're going to start at this end to weave it on. Just hold on to the little tail, because we're going to wrap around him to hold him in place, okay? And that's all we're going to do. And then move it up. So the first row we could do that because we're trying to keep it as straight as we can. And then you could just slide it up like that, and it holds it in place. So I'm just going to show you how to do one side, because we're going to do the exact same thing that we're doing here for this side, okay? So just follow that, just wrapping it around. And I like to go around when I wrap it from this end one time, go back here, and then come back around. I try to weave it at least 3 times because it looks nice and fluffy that way. You could feel it and see how big it gets. And remember, when you're wrapping, don't get on the top part of it. So the first row is nice that you could slide it and work with. So keep on working with that. Keep on just wrapping it around. So now we got to the end over here. So all we're going to do is just repeat the same thing we just did and go back to the other end, to this end, okay? So we made it back to the end we started with. So we're going to go back again to this end. So we made it back to the other end. And remember, try not to get any on our top part of it when we're weaving it on. But we're almost there. Get some more into the middle part. Trying to keep it as even as we can as we go. Make your pom-pom nice and fluffy. Okay, so now I'm not going to cut off my yarn. You can cut it off to make different design. What I'm going to do is just with the two like slits we have here, I'm just going to weave it in there and bring it across. And now I'm going to close up the first part of it and see how it connects, like right to the side right there. So I'm going to keep on weaving now at this end. And remember, it's the same thing you're going to do that we did for the first one. So just keep on wrapping it. When you finish that, I'll meet you there. So now I did the exact same thing as I did for the other side. See, it's nice and fluffy. Finish off in the middle, and we weaved it back and forth about 3 times we came back around. Okay, you can see how nice it looks. So now we're gonna just close it up and just gently push it down, and there you go. It looks like a little wheel. And I grab my scissors and I'll show you what to do next. And this part I think is very critical for your pom-pom maker, is a nice sturdy scissors. It would really come in handy. So this is the most important thing. You have to have it nice and sharp. So cut off the yarn that we're working with. So now with the flaps that we put down, see there's like a little groove between, and that's where we're gonna go. So we're gonna take our scissors. Remember, a nice sharp scissors, but be careful in using your scissors, okay? So what you're gonna start doing now is you're gonna start cutting in the center of it. See, with the nice sharp scissors how quickly it goes. If you don't have a sharp scissors, you will know right away. You can't get it. It would be so hard. So just keep on cutting right down the center, and the scissors fits right in there. Have a nice little groove they made for it. And just keep on cutting. So this is how we look so far when we did the first one. And remember that yarn that we pulled across, because we didn't cut it off, it's right there. So just give it a snip and it comes right off. Then if you can, without hurting yourself, hold on to a little bit. Need a little bit of force to cut the first set of yarn. That way you can. So do the same thing again. Just keep on cutting. So now that's how we look when we cut off or cut the middle open with a little pom-pom maker so far. So I changed my scissors now. It's a little easier and smaller for me to work with. Smaller one. But use the scissors that you like, they're comfortable with using, because now we're gonna, I like to give it like about 10 inches for yarn to tie it up, but you could use as much as you want, whatever project you're using. So the yarn that I use, that I cut off, is going to be used to actually hold our pom-pom together. But as you see, I put a paper towel on top of my working table, because when we finish, we're going to start trimming off the edges and it could be messy. So it's just so I keep my little work area a little neat. So now we're going to try to put it in the center of our pom-pom maker. And then we're gonna make knots as we go along, and this is to hold it. So you could feel it when you pull it, it gets, see, it gets a little tighter. So now we do the first knot. And we're gonna pull the knot as tight as we can. And don't pop the yarn when you're pulling tight, okay? You hear it goes when you're doing it. Flip it around. And we give it a nice another knot right in the center, because like I said, they have that groove, so it slides right in there. Made it nice. I like it how they designed it. When I figured it out, I was like, yeah, it's easy to do. I loved it. So flip it around again. And this time we're going to make 2 knots to secure it and make sure. That's 1. Give it 1 more. Okay, nice. Hold our pom-pom in place nice and tight. I think that's good. Okay, so now what you need to do is we're going to flip open our little lids that we have, okay? So the first one, pull up. There you go. Next little lid is right here. Pull it up. And that's how it looks. So now turn it, and we find our other little ties or little area we flip up. You pull it down a little bit so you can see it. Then you flip up. Do the other one. Flip up. There you go. So that's how it looks when you flip them open. So we have 2 of them flipped open. So now the next step is just hold on to the center of the pom-pom maker here and here. I gently do it, and I like to do this is just weave it back and forth because we're pulling it apart. Okay, so there goes one, and then here goes the other part. That's it, and that's how our little pom-pom looks. Yay! Came out. Of course, we're gonna give it a nice little shake, or if you want to, I like to just, because it feels so nice and soft, just do that. And it comes out. You see you have the little edges. And we're gonna trim that up. And that's why I tell you I grab my other scissors. So play with it for a little bit. Move my pom-pom maker out the way. And there he goes, our little pom-pom. So cute, so cute. All right, so now you're gonna take your scissors and you're just gonna trim around where you see the parts that are extra larger than the others. Just gonna trim. You're giving him a hair trim. Give him a nice little haircut. Clean up the edges. And that's why I tell you our paper towel comes in handy, because, well, for me, I think it's handy. You feel free to use whatever or how you like to do it, but makes cleanup easy for me on my work table. Because we're going to shake it off too after we're finished. So just keep on trimming the edges, okay? So now we're going to just give it a nice little shake. Get off any loose ends that probably stayed on. Give it a nice little shake, shake, shake. And I think I need a little bit right here. See, as I said, just work with it. And as you feel comfortable with it, you could decide on that, how much you need to take off. Give it another little shake, shake. And that's it, how to use our pom-pom maker. When you get a hang of using a pom-pom maker, I just did a couple other different yarns and different color to show you. This is the one we just made. But it's fun when you learn how to do it. So nice and so easy. You could do different pom-poms for different project you have. So let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun working on it. So till next time, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.